What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Wondrous Podcast. I am your usual host, Retro Loneliness or Nicholas, and today we got a lot of things to talk about. And here I am today, joined by
First timer, James, also known as Bob Trees. How's it going?
nice, yeah, and just like Estical or Esteban, who has a vast knowledge of games and movies, just like how all nerds do, so does Bob Trees. So just to get ahead of it and get started, right off the bat, we got Helldivers 2, man. It's still in the hot seat from what it seems, and there's a lot to talk about. But what are the new things that are going on with the game now?
Shout out to the Helldivers for getting rid of the automatons completely. Did not expect that. That's crazy to me. A whole faction wiped out.
I think the automatons were some of the most annoying things to fight. And I'm in the minority of people that would rather fight the bugs because I could just chill out
Really?
more until a Battle Titan or 4 Chargers start
Yeah,
trying to kill me.
I
But
love fighting those robots. They're a lot of fun. Bugs are just, I don't know, you get a flamethrower and then you're good until the big guys come out. But
yeah, every time if I were to ever use a flamethrower, would do in my head or on Spotify, I would load up that Skrillex song that was played on Far Cry 3 whenever you're using the flamethrower to burn up the wheat farm. Yeah,
yeah,
same thing.
that's funny. I've played that game for a long time.
Yeah, dude, that game was. But it seems that they added a stealth patch, or where they added new enemies as well.
They have an aerial gunship and like a walker automaton or something like that.
Yeah, they added
I
in
have not
AT-AT
played since those came
apparently.
out.
Yeah, it's something else, man. I don't know how I would feel if I had to fight those things anymore. I think it's cool though that they're doing so. So
Wow.
let's see.
Those things are huge. I just looked up like a picture on my end of the gunship. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, they're
Oh
pretty
my
good, pretty
god.
massive. Pretty massive.
Flying bugs and flying gunships. And now they got the big walkers. Man, what's next? A new faction?
Yeah, what I think they're
Uh
gonna do is they're gonna pull a Destiny 2 in the way that their content is being
yeah.
rolled out, where they're gonna vault the planets that we played on by saying that we conquered them, and they're gonna open up other planets for us to fight on that are under a different faction, which are the Illuminates. I think that's what they're called. I
Yeah,
never played
yeah.
the
From
first
the
game,
first game. I didn't either.
but people tell me that they were a very challenging creatures to fight.
I heard that they can like teleport you or something like that.
Yeah,
At least that's a rumor.
they have teleportation abilities.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
their own shields.
hmm
They're a lot smarter than the robots for sure.
This is me hoping. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm hoping they'll bring back the automatons, but stronger. They'll add the Illuminates, and then they'll add multi-faction maps where it's 3v3, like all the one for all, I guess. All the factions against each other.
I've said that before, yeah, many times.
Ew, yeah, yeah.
Like it would be cool seeing, without the Illuminates being around, it would have been cool seeing automatons trying to expand their territory towards Terminid planets, where
Yeah.
you see automatons trying to take over like hive worlds and what, and then you
Oh
drop
my
in
gosh, that'd be so
in the
cool.
middle of all that. Yeah, it would be really cool. I really would like to see that happen. And then they not only did that, they also increased the level cap from
Some 50,
50
right?
to
Yeah.
150. And so it's going to be cool getting a nice new title every 10 levels for
hmm
sure. And then with the wake of the new faction that seems to indefinitely roll in sometime soon, you have the next war bond that's coming out, which is called Democratic Detonation.
That goes so hard.
Yeah. So
Doesn't it have like grenade launcher pistol,
I
something
think
like that?
so. Yeah. So according to the IGN article that I pulled up,
hmm
the weapons are the BR-14 Adjudicator rifle, the R-36 Eruptor rifle, the CB-9 exploding crossbow, the
Oh yeah.
G-123 thermite grenade, a GP-31 grenade pistol,
Yeah.
and then they're adding the expert extraction pilot booster. So I'm assuming it just lowers the the amount of time you have to wait to get picked up, I think.
Oh, that's actually really helpful.
It's gonna be cool. And then they're adding medium armor, light armor, heavy armor. Yeah, three sets of armor from each. So it's light, medium, and
Class.
heavy. So yeah, from
Yeah.
each class. It's gonna be cool.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the new armors do look dope, I think.
Me being excited, I'm just a little level like mid 30 and you're level mid 50.
Yeah, I'm almost there to 60, but
Mhm.
it's a lot to work all the way up there. But
Mhm.
it's not like there's any reward to do so.
Get a cool name.
You got a cool name.
I think that's about it.
I'm definitely still collecting resources as I play the game
Mhm.
passively now, but
Right.
it's not really a goal for me since the ship you play on, which is a hub for you and your 3 other fellas to join you, are like you can upgrade that, and mine's already upgraded, so I'm just saving those for whenever I need to start upgrading stuff again.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna add more upgrades to the ship.
Does it be cool upgrading the hangars? Because I know there's by the Eagle, there on the in the hangar of the ship, there
Yeah.
is 2 doors adjacent to it,
Oh.
vehicle bay, and assuming those might open up, and you might be able to upgrade. Those might turn into like garages for the whips that you're gonna.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, those
Did
would
they
be
ever add the
nice.
car?
Um,
Not yet.
no, they didn't add the cars yet. I'm still waiting for them to add the cars. As I mentioned before, I can't wait to ride one around either as a driver or as the guy in the back seat with a
Uh,
machine gun.
Shooting off the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while what is it? Breaking Benjamin's like Halo 2 song starts playing in the background. That shit
You
would
got
go
that whole
so
warthog
fast.
experience going on.
Exactly. Yeah, like you're driving through the ship.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really dope. I'm looking forward to seeing how everything's going to change. The game is ever evolving. Is there anything that you'd like them to add, anything to fix, or do you have any gripes with the game currently?
Oh, rebuff the what is that? The plasma rifle or whatever it was called. The railgun. There you are.
Think so?
Rebuff it, baby.
Yeah, I think they should buff a lot of the other primaries as well.
I heard that I have found the sniper rifles in the game kind of underwhelming. I heard that they just got a buff recently, but I haven't tried them out. But I'm a huge sniper in the game, so I'm hoping for a real good one that they'll push out at some point or update maybe.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, and then what? So what primaries have you been using? Just the standard ones, or
I like the auto shotgun, and then I use
the
I've been
rapier?
using the new like electric weapons that have like infinite ammo if you don't overheat them. Those have been really good.
Oh, those are yeah. That laser rifle that has
Oh,
unlimited ammo is
it's so good.
it's handy. I use it against the bugs, not really the robots.
Yeah.
If I use it on the robots, I would rather use the Scorcher, which is it's like this weapon at the end of the first war bond that came with the game for free,
Mhm.
and it has a very tiny. It doesn't. The magazine is very small.
Right.
It packs a punch. Those automatons with the big ass shields, you could if you shoot at their face, they'll go down with a single clip.
Dang.
Yeah, so they're pretty strong, yeah. But yeah, that's Helldivers 2 updates.
Speaking of diving on a new planet as Helldivers, let's dive into Chernobyl with the original Stalker trilogy making its way to Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah. So apparently the original trilogy that was only available on PC is now available once as Bob Trees has mentioned on Xbox and PlayStation, which is awesome news for those who have followed the games closely or who once they had a PC and got bored and wanted to sit at their couch and play on a console, or those who knew of the series as it was inspired by the Metro franchise as well. Personally, I think it's really cool to see that they're releasing on console because I do agree that more people ought to play these games. The Stalker series overall is my favorite version of the nuclear apocalypse. Not one that I desire to live in, but one that I desire to play in. Since I like the gritty atmosphere, I like how sad it is. I think it's a more realistic take on the overall feel of what a nuclear apocalypse would be like.
A lot more gritty is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gritty, and whereas in Fallout, Bethesda's like the American version of the nuclear apocalypse. It's all happy, good guy stuff. With
Yeah.
I mean, with they have there's some. I guess like death claws would be like terrifying, but anomalies. Those are the worst things you could probably face.
Mhm.
You can't
Oh
see
my
them, and
gosh.
then they just disintegrate you. This big ass balls of lightning.
Is there a new one coming out this year, like end of 2024 or something like that?
Yeah, it just got a what is it? Like
Delayed.
another delay.
Uh,
Just so according to Eurogamer.net, it says that the original trilogy is now in a bundle called Legends of the Zone, and it looks like it is listed at 32.99 pounds, which is
Probably like 35, $40.
about
You
yeah, probably
Yeah.
$40. And then
But I think that's for console only.
Yeah, of course. And then I believe, and then the X on the Microsoft Store, it's around 40 as well.
Oh, it is on the Microsoft Store. Ah, you're right.
Yeah. But I am, but for those who who did enjoy the Metro series, and for those who haven't played it and are looking for something a little bit more open world, yeah, feel free to check out the original trilogy that's available.
That's new. I'm new. I'm gonna go check it out.
Hell yeah, yeah, of course. And as one, falls in love with such a trilogy, one can then later look forward to Stalker 2, which according to IGN has been delayed, like again, with GDC, GSC Game World Development
Game World,
Studio.
yeah.
They're saying that it now has a final release date, which is this year on September 5th, which is 2024. If people listening to this episode in a year from, or what?
100 years from now, who knows?
Of course, yeah, when the bombs fall, and then they stumble upon YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
And then but I mean, it makes sense. Like, game was on track. I had a steady track for release, and then the whole invasion of Ukraine
War went on,
unfolded,
yeah.
and it's a shame about what's been happening.
Absolutely.
I've seen from the gameplay footage that has been revealed, but I mean, it looks promising. Hopefully, they allow you to play guitar just like in the first game, because some of the most significant moments in the Stalker series to me were when you were sitting by a campfire along a bunch of other stalkers, which to people that aren't familiar with the franchise, a stalker is just like being like the main character in Fallout when you exit a vault and you look for resources. That's your whole gist, is you go out and
You're a looter. Okay.
yeah, and it's cool. Yeah, so like it's when you as a stalker and hanging around other stalkers, you chill in a campfire and then someone's playing like a guitar, like a really sad tune, but it's still comforting to know that such a thing still exists.
A glimpse of humanity left.
The exclusion zone, as they call it. Yeah, it's dope.
Oh, it's
Dope. It's dope.
if we want to play.
Oh man, yeah, I would love to. It's Stalker 2. It seems like a game where it's a lot of promises from what has been shown on the official announcement trailer, but just like all games that have been releasing in today's industry, excuse me, they will hopefully this game doesn't follow suit and release empty-handed with a lot of empty promises.
Be seen. I'm hopeful though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And in regards of being hopeful, Captain America, Black Panther is a combo you wouldn't see in a video game standalone. But
That
it's
is interesting.
But it's
yeah.
one that is happening in a title called Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra, which is set for a 2025 release.
Too far away.
Yeah, so according
Far
to
away.
yeah, it's a minute from now. So according to Variety, they state that the game was developed using Epic Games' 3D creation tool, Unreal Engine 5,
Uh,
and it was made at the top. And so, like when the game was announced, it was announced at the top of Epic's State of Unreal presentation back at the 2024 Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. So that's actually very interesting. And when the game drops, it said that the Unreal Engine will be already moved up to Unreal Engine 5.4.
really?
So it might release with that engine, or around the time that game releases with the Engine 5.4 will already be out. Further on, Variety then states that Epic's appearance at GDC comes on the heels of the Fortnite creator striking a massive deal with Disney.
Yeah.
On the February 7th this year, the Disney revealed that it has taken a 1.5 billion stake in Epic Games, marking Disney's biggest foray in the game space ever, and would be creating a huge Disney universe in Fortnite. That's something cool to see, and it definitely seems on the steps to want to expand on that amount of money you've pulled into Epic Games.
I don't know how they're gonna make that work. Isn't Disney? They don't have a whole lot of guns in their stuff, right? Their video games or anything.
No, but since I don't think that you're gonna do much shooting anyways in this buddy cop game where you play as Captain America and a former king of Wakanda, I assume, because it's 1943. Because the Black Panther, its whole gimmick is his suit, and Captain America is just more fit than everybody and has a shield.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it and I thought it was a movie. I thought it was a movie coming out next year.
Yeah, I thought it was a
It
movie
looks
too.
incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting to see that kind of role that Disney is taking in when it comes to 1943. I do think that the off the bat, I think the design taken with Captain America's outfit is pretty badass. I like the gritty like chin straps, the chin strap like it's an actual helmet with the brown leather gloves. I think it's a neat touch, and it believe from the cover of the game, you're not only going to be playing as the captain himself, but as a World War II soldier with a brass
Sniper, I
instrument.
think. Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I don't know. It's a clarinet. I forgot the other name.
Trombone. I don't know.
Something. Yeah, and then some other lady with the sword on her left hand. Maybe I wonder if they're. My biggest thing is, are they brave enough to, since it is on the cover of the game, it looks like it's 1940. So it's right. So you see France in the background. I wonder if they're gonna show like Nazi occup France. And
Probably.
but the thing is, are they gonna show are they gonna show swastikas?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, that's my
Disney's got its thing. They did in the Captain America movies, I don't think. I don't think they would in the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. I mean, it's not like it's it's a Marvel thing, so I'm not really
Mhm.
looking forward to historical accuracy about. Yeah,
I do know that Stephen Barton is composing the soundtrack for it, and he did Star Wars Jedi and Star Trek and Apex Legends and Titanfall and stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I bet the music's gonna be so good.
yeah, I bet. And then along with now that we've already explained what these characters look like, just to go off the list and have these names, you have Azuri, which is T'Challa's grandfather and the World War II era Black Panther. You have Captain America, this other chick, which is the one with the leather coat called Nanali, who is a Wakandan spy embedded in occupied Paris, and
Oh my God, so
Gabriel
cool.
Jones, a United States soldier and member of the Howling Commandos. Maybe there is more to those people in the comics, but I'm not really too sure or too excited for this game myself. Is this more like this was something that Estical was definitely looking forward to or had an interest
Mhm.
in? I think my hype in the characters that I'm looking forward to seeing has faded as the MCU movies started being worse and worse.
Yeah.
But
Been going downhill for a little bit.
it's definitely a game that a lot of people will praise for the caliber the high caliber of graphical fidelity that it promises from its trailers.
Absolutely.
But in tune with the Marvel side of things, NetEase and Marvel Games announced a game called Marvel Rivals, which is a 6v6 team-based free-to-play shooter that's headed to PC with, I don't know if they're going to have a console release just according to IGN, but there has been already an official announcement trailer, and there has been, and according to article, the characters already seen in the announcement trailer come as follows, which are Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Iron Man, the Hulk, Loki, Luna Snow, Magic, Magneto, Mantis, Namor, Penny Parker, Rocket Raccoon, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Storm, Star-Lord, and the Punisher.
Wow. What a lineup.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought it was for consoles as well, but it is only Steam and Epic Games that are releasing it.
Yeah. It seems that with just the initial roster as stated by IGN, it most likely they're going to add more characters in the main roster itself. I think it's cool seeing the Punisher. I think and Doctor Strange. Those are probably my two favorite characters in that roster.
Your mains is what you're saying?
I don't know if I had made them if I'd played the game in the first place, but I just really fuck with the characters overall in the comics. They're just
Mm.
dope. I like the Punisher's whole anti-hero thing where he's okay with killing bad guys, which,
Yeah.
to some degree, I understand and respect and agree with his philosophy. And Doctor Strange, because if I had to choose a hero that does not choose to kill, it would probably be him due to his comic adventures rather than what he's been shown in the movies. The Doctor Strange comics are insane, man. They're so dope.
Do you read them? Are you a comic guy?
Yeah, I read the comics all the time.
I
I have Marvel Unlimited, so I
Oh,
stick to reading them.
I don't think I've ever read a comic ever.
Yeah, man, I might let you borrow my account, man. It's good stuff. What is your thoughts on this, man? What are you taking away from this?
I'm excited for it. I love team action. I don't know what would you call it, shooter, hero shooter, maybe. I love this type of game. I'm definitely gonna be playing it.
Yeah. I what are characters from this roster look the most appealing to you so far?
I definitely fuck with Iron Man. He was my favorite because I'm like a nerd like that. Probably
Stuff.
him and Doctor Strange are my two favorite. I would
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah, I respect those answers. Yeah, Doctor Iron Man's cool. And respective to the MCU movies, the first Iron Man movie is still my favorite.
So good. So,
It's
it holds up so well today too.
yeah, I agree. Like, of course, who can't forget about the part where he did the superhero landing and just kills a bunch of terrorists. Come on, come on. It's so cool.
I hot take, maybe not a hot take, but I think that Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is like one of the best casting choices in the last 30 years.
Yeah, he definitely made that character his own, and it's
Mhm.
a lot harder to see others take on the mantle of Tony Stark.
Well, absolutely.
It's showbiz, so it's bound to happen.
Yeah, they're
Probably
gonna
it's
get
some
the guy that
multiverse shit.
played young Sheldon to be young Iron Man.
That'd be crazy. Because here's the thing: in Iron Man 2, there was a smart kid, if you remember.
Oh yeah, and he showed up in the last Endgame movie too.
Yeah, and it did nothing with him, which sucks.
Yeah,
Because he could have been like, I don't know, Iron Lad or I don't whoever. I don't know.
Iron Nugget.
Iron Nugget for real. But with a game like this, what kind of characters in for the Marvel universe would you like them to add as well
Oh
that are not
man,
present?
dude, I gotta say, did you say Loki was already in it? I think Loki's in it already.
Yeah,
That would
he
be
is.
one. And then probably my second would be the big main man himself, Thanos. That would be hype.
Thanos would be cool. I definitely see that. Probably Ghost Rider for me. Ghost
Oh
Rider would be
yeah, that's a good
dope.
one.
Moon Knight is probably just rattling off one of my favorite characters. Moon Knight,
Mhm.
Ghost Rider. Since you have someone called like Luna Snow, man, I guess probably like a bunch of the X-Men would be cool to see. Probably I like Gambit. I think Gambit would be a good choice because just like in Overwatch, where you have that one ninja guy, cyborg ninja guy with the throwing
Mhm.
stars, Genji, that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you could have Gambit do the same thing, but just throwing
Mhm.
explosive cards.
Oh, that's cool.
According to as further on in the IGN article, it states that Marvel Rivals also promises ever-changing battlefields that will be destroyed by the cavalcade of powers on display in each match, no matter if it's in Asgard, 2099's Tokyo, or others.
Give him the battlefield treatment. Yeah, let me blow up the map if I want to.
Exactly. Yeah, it seems that a lot of people are taking a lot of inspiration, in my personal opinion, from the finals, which is a studio comprised of older Battlefield devs who made a lot of the previous bangers. And what's that?
Did you ever play the finals?
I did. I still play it. It's a great game. I enjoyed it. I got all the way up to platinum and ranked, but it was such a sweat fest. It was insane.
Is it worth installing? Is my question here. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've been eyeing it. Okay,
it's great, but it's
I'll
like
install right now while we're talking.
yeah, it's great. It's great to play casually. Of course, it's live service, which most likely the rivals will be. It does have its own battle pass, but I think the finals has such I think it has this appeal to it to me that I haven't seen in a lot of games. For the most part, a lot of the weapons are very balanced with each other. Although they did release this like F car, like FAMAS gun, which does need a hard buff, which with the release of the second season. Let's see, it has like an 80s like theme right around this time. I haven't been
Oh,
playing
hype.
it too much because I've been on Helldivers 2 for the most part. Just
Yeah, for
chilling.
democracy, yeah.
But so I just like how the finals has implemented itself as such a prominent team-based shooter where the environments you could like fuck up entirely. And some set pieces and maps, like the one in Seoul in South Korea, there's this hospital that has an objective in, and if you want, you could bring down the hospital from the roof, or you could blow it from the ground up. The terrain is really up to the way you want to use it, and it seems that they're pulling a page from the finals in this game, if that's the case. Because I do remember I saw a footage of what is it like the Hulk giving Iron Man gamma radiation, and it buffed Iron Man's heat
Oh,
blast
what?
repulsor chest thing, and it looks like it brought down a whole building or something.
Oh, there's like combos that you can do with different heroes together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. You actually have like comps you can build instead of just everybody playing whoever they want. You can strategize. I like that.
Yeah. Besides, so what other characters did you say you would like them to add later on?
Thanos is probably my number one,
Number one. Anyone else?
but I don't read the comics, so I only know what I've seen in movies.
Hey, that's fine, man. It's a video game, so they're probably gonna throw it in either anyway. So I think, let's see, it'd be cool. It'd be funny if they added Nick Fury, but whether they're gonna add the original white guy version or they're gonna
Mhm.
add the MCU, what is it, the
Samuel
Jackson
Jackson.
style Nick Fury?
Most definitely going to be Samuel L. Jackson. No
Yeah,
way it's not going to be.
yeah, for sure.
Think what is it? He'll wield a cat or whatever. However, he lost his eyes.
Right. But oh, they could also add like Giant Man or Ant Man or one of the two.
Oh, that's a good call. Ant-Man would be a good ad.
Yeah, because he would be a great like tank slash bruiser. But yeah, it's Marvel Rivals, man. It seems that they're just to finalize everything. It looks like there will be
Mhm.
a closed alpha test set for May.
Next
For,
month.
so yeah, man, check it out if this sounds like your cup of tea.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. You know what
What?
wasn't a lot of fun?
What?
My heart breaking when Battlefront Classic just dropped the ball on the easiest IP win this
Seriously?
year.
Yeah, the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection was a disaster when it came to its launch, with a lot of expectations. Well, a lot of high ones, though. And a lot of people had a lot of considerable expectations, wondering when this game was going to release and whether or not it was actually going to fail or not. And most people believe that it wasn't, because come on, it's their PS2 ports.
They at least do a good job with it.
Yeah, seriously. So when it first released, it, a lot of people like immediately grabbed onto it, and then according to an individual on IGN, they stated that about 10,000 people were playing around launch night, and on PC there were only 3 servers that had 64 slots for a total of 200, around 200 players, and then the multiplayer didn't even work otherwise. And then the
That's
price tag was around $35 USD,
Mhm.
meaning that the game was completely shit to begin with. The game had no, what is it? No aim assist as well for console. There were like massive bugs and crashes all the time. So there was a bug report on Reddit where users reported that the Xbox Series S version doesn't even work if 2 controllers are connected upon launch. It instantly crashes when searching for a Conquest game. It had bugged hitboxes and much more. What did you want from this game when it released?
I want to feel like I was playing on my PSP again. The multiplayer was the most exciting part because when I played, I could only do single player because the servers were already dead by the time I got it. So having a game come back that was so as exciting as the original Star Wars Battlefront and the second one, and being able to play with other people, oh, it could have been the second coming of the game. But no, the lazy port bugs that they didn't bother to patch out, bad servers. It was just, oh man.
Yeah, it's a shame. According to in an update from last month on the 5th, let's see, on March, they stated that it experienced critical errors with its network infrastructure as an explanation for why, for example, the PC version launched with just 364-player servers, 9,232 fans who logged in at least.
Dang.
They stated as well, since launch, we've been working to address these issues, increase network stability, and we will continue our efforts until our network infrastructure is stabilized. Further outages. See, but it's like, I don't understand. Why don't they ever do like stress tests and just pump as many players into for such a thing, and then for it to see where the errors are coming up so they could patch before release?
Mm-hmm.
But,
I I feel like it was to me it seems like it was just like a lazy grab at getting money by doing a port without checking it.
yeah, even to this day, I think the Steam reviews are still pretty shit for the game.
It's sitting at a 20% positive review rate right now. 500 reviews.
Damn, man. I think the other 21 were probably apologists.
Yeah.
There's no way you could. I think that amount of coping is a lot. Say
Mhm.
that to play this game and be like, yeah, it's still good. Like let's go back.
No,
Just
unfortunately.
just buy the originals. They're probably still up on Steam.
Oh yeah, they're still there. I own Battlefront 2, Battlefield. Wait, hang on. Battlefront 2. There we go. The original 2005.
Yeah, I remember when I played Battlefront on the PS2, it was pretty gnarly. And then on my PSP, I played Battlefront Elite Squadron.
Yeah.
That one was probably my favorite in the series. Very underrated, as not a lot of people know about it. That one's probably my favorite.
I don't think I ever played that one. I think I just played Battlefront 2 on my PSP.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, a lot of
I was
people
on the
know about that.
DS too. Wow.
And then move well, and I hope you guys are into this episode. Moving forward from unfortunate, from one game releasing terribly to the unfortunate passing
Woof.
of a beloved author, we have Akira Toriyama, who died at 68.
Rest in peace.
He is known for the legendary Dragon Ball series, which inspired a lot of other anime in its wake, such as One Piece, Naruto, like the big three. He also created designs for characters for Chrono Trigger and the Dragon Quest games. So it's it's really interesting. According to Kotaku, the news of this came from a statement posted on the official Dragon Ball website, and it was issued by Toriyama's Bird Studio, which confirmed his passing on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. No clue what that is. It sounds like it sucks. I don't know how much to.
I think that it's blood in the brain, if I
Oh.
remember right. Something like that.
I see. Yeah, and then he had apparently he had a lot of projects in the works around the time of his death. So he was still kicking all the way and still working all the way down to his deathbed, man.
Wow.
And in that same issue, it also acknowledges all of his beloved works over the course of his 45-year-long career. Yeah, and so that on Kotaku, the entire statement is up for people to read. Would you like to read it out loud?
Sure. That's by the Bird Studio Capsule Corporation Tokyo, right?
I think so.
Your friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was in age of 68, and our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have had many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you the sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolence gifts, visiting offerings, and others. Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plan for commemorate gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for understanding and support as always. Man, that is sad.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that they included that last part at the end, because with such a notorious and influential role that Toriyama had in the mangas and anime space,
They would have been overwhelmed.
it would have been
Absolutely.
overwhelming for a lot of the
Oh,
family
yeah.
members. And later on, Kotaku then states that while Dragon Ball and its various sequels, spin-offs, and video games are arguably his most iconic, his character designs also defined the look of the Dragon Quest series, as stated already, and the games Chrono Trigger and Blue Dragon. Some of his posthumous works will include the upcoming Sandland RPG based on the 2000s manga of the same name, and the upcoming Dragon Ball anime titled Dragon Ball Daima, which features a chibi art style and sees major players like Goku and Vegeta return. And as well as, I know there's also that one Dragon Ball fighting game that's releasing, which name is escaping me right now. That one will also be releasing a massive roster and, doing part to, all of them, of course, influenced by Toriyama's design. Many people who voiced a lot of the characters came on Twitter and stated that their 2 cents on the whole Toriyama situation, saying like Christopher Sabat, one of the the voice actors for Dragon Ball, stating, "See you in another world, legend." #RIP Akira Toriyama. So yeah, it's a shame to see such a person go. I believe that the works that precede him will continue to influence many afterwards and will still remain and linger for years to come. So,
Absolutely.
So he might not be around, but he's still alive in his
Well, his work will influence for a very long time.
So just like how Akira Toriyama's legendary Dragon Ball series has been around for a long time, movie veteran Godzilla has already made another impact in the box office with its new movie Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. What have you seen the movie? What did you
I have
think of the
not. I
movie?
have not seen it yet. But you have, right?
I have, yeah. But
Yeah,
without
yeah.
me saying anything, what are some things that you expect from the movie or that you are looking forward to seeing?
Oh man. Gotta say, the Godzilla with the glove is hype. The metal glove.
Oh, King Kong with the
Or sorry, oh my god, yeah, King Kong. I know my characters. I knew that.
It's pretty cool to see Godzilla and Kong come together as a team, and as the movie progresses, a lot of surprise character returns, which is cool to see. Have you what was the how many of the MonsterVerse movies have you seen already?
How many have I seen? Of just Godzilla and Kong?
Yeah, like from the single franchise.
I think that I have seen one Kong movie and a little bit of the original Godzilla, like the very first one.
Oh, that 2014 one, I think.
No, I'm talking like 1954.
Oh man, you're throwback all.
Old. Yeah, when it was like a Japanese perspective on like nuclear weapons and stuff kind of movie. Yeah. I'm
I
behind the times, dude.
Oh no, it's all good. When it comes to the Godzilla movies, the ones that are presented by this American studio, my favorite one probably have to be Godzilla King of Monsters, which released in 2019. Holy hell. And it featured Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah. It featured this new kaiju called Muto. You see a bunch of other ones that played a like very tiny roles. And there's this like other bird one that had like fire on its wings. I don't remember that one. I think that's probably my favorite MonsterVerse movie. And then in the second place would probably be Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. The one with Mechagodzilla that takes place before Godzilla X Kong, so it was Godzilla versus King Kong, wasn't really my favorite. Do you care if I talk spoilers for that one?
No, you're good.
So with that movie in particularly, one of the biggest things that really took me out of my suspension of disbelief was when Millie Bobby Brown's character spilled alcohol from a mug on a computer. And that computer was like a really big thing
Uh-huh.
that involved Mecha Godzilla's. Sorry, it was that computer was Mecha Godzilla's like central command system.
Of course it was. Of
So,
course it was.
so it was like the word I was thinking of as I tripped up earlier was like it's like a MacGuffin, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like a plot point that gets dropped just to get the story rolling.
yeah, seriously,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they were losing. King Kong and Godzilla were both losing, and then Lord and behold, the robot is like winning. Then Millie Bobby Brown spills coffee, and then the robot's, whoa, I'm like wigging out right now. What's going on? And Godzilla is like, dude, you think what I'm thinking? So like King Kong, and then they give him the wombo combo. They win.
I feel like I'm sitting here watching the movie that was like so descriptive of it. That was perfect.
Thank you. Yeah. It sucks because the amount of human involvement in that movie was almost invasive, to put it in better terms. Not a
Mhm.
fan at all. It was probably like the weakest movie. I think 2014's Godzilla was a lot better. A lot of people criticize that movie because despite the fact that Aaron Cranston or Mr. Heisenberg himself was in the movie, Bryan Cranston,
Yeah.
and the fact that Godzilla barely shows up in the movie, I think that movie is still better than the one with Mechagodzilla. And I think this movie is a vast improvement. Or I guess it's like, all right, we're sorry. Here's this movie. So yeah, I would give the movie an overall 8. There's still a lot
8
of
out of
like
10.
human silly shenanigans, but I mean, and it's to me, it's like I don't care. Show me the lizard and monkeys fight.
That's what you're there for, the big fight scenes.
Yeah, it's all I care about. And once I will tell you, in one scene, the Godzilla like suplexes King Kong, like, which is insane. Yeah, it's cool. According to the IGN article, excuse me, it states that the Godzilla X Kong, the new empire, has opened to a titanic 80 million domestic weekend box office victory,
Mm.
while bringing another 114 million overseas and 194 million over worldwide.
40 million opening weekend.
Yeah, worldwide.
That makes up the budget in opening weekend. That's very good.
Mhm.
Wow.
And later on, reported by ComScore, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire performed much better than expected, as many predicted. This new MonsterVerse entry would, where it would earn between 50 to 55 million in its debut. It also secured the second biggest opening weekend of 2024 by destroying all the competition besides Dune Part 2's 80.5 million.
Wow.
And I believe that as time went on, is sitting at a lower, like Dune 2 is now at a lower place. So according to an IGN update, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire took second place with a 15.7 million, with a 65% drop from its opening weekend. With the latest Ghostbusters film past 73 million in North America and 108.5 million worldwide. And Dune Part 2 took third place with 11.1 million, bringing in domestic total of 252.3 million, and its global total to 626 million, rounding out the top 5 for Kung Fu Panda's 4's 10.2 and Immaculate's 3.2 million.
Did you ever go watch Dune 2?
I did. I ended up seeing it with our professor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we ran into each other at the movie theater.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy because I saw him. I was like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" He's like, "No way, man. What's up?"
Which theater? IMAX, or did you go to a different one?
Oh no, IMAX, man, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I went and saw it at IMAX my first time. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think when it comes to a movie's dimensions and
Mhm.
what the director filmed it in, if it says that it's been filmed for IMAX, then anything below it would be a lesser experience to me.
Yeah. That's off so much. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not worth doing that.
100%. Did you end up sitting with our professor, or were you just in the same theater?
No, we were in the same theater, and then I sat with him because he had an empty seat next to him.
Oh, that's hype.
I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll move a couple rows, which is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we sat in the E section, which was in Regal Ontario Mills. I don't know if you know where that's at.
That's where I went to go see it.
Yeah, we sat where the fence was.
Yeah.
So we sat like down there, so the perspective was better. I think sitting slightly closer to the bottom is better with IMAX screens, because your neck is at a slight angle, which makes the movie experience a lot better. That's how I saw King of Monsters, and it made
That's
Godzilla
awesome.
look a lot bigger than he was.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's like I was like, holy shit, dude, that's a fat
Uh-huh.
ass foot. But yeah, man. Besides Godzilla breaking in a huge bag today in its release, what else is cool about Godzilla to you?
You're asking me, the guy who hasn't seen it? The visuals are like crazy cool. I got to give it that.
Did you know that in the trailer that Godzilla's pink transformation was actually inspired by Dragon Ball Z?
Directly inspired?
Think so.
Crazy. No, I had no idea.
So in a Twitter or X AMA, the Krivesky replied to a fan. So I think that guy is probably one of the people involved in the new Godzilla movie. He replied to a fan asking if Godzilla's pink design was inspired by Goku Black's Super Saiyan Rose form from Dragon Ball Super. And he said, I didn't see Goku Rose until years later, but I did base the transformation off Kaioken. And IGN then states, because I hear the thing, I like Dragon Ball, but I'm not really too big on Dragon Ball as like the lore and all that. So IGN states that Kaioken, one of Goku's earliest transformations, is a unique technique that acts as a power and speed multiplier. Goku used this signature red form to even the odds in iconic Dragon Ball Z battles with Vegeta and Frieza, and in Dragon Ball Super against Hit. Unlike his various Super Saiyan color palette transformations, Kaioken only gives Goku a short burst of power with a pretty hefty side effect. Kaioken comes with a caveat of putting major physical stress on Goku, exemplified in the anime with the heat radiating off his body and pulsing veins the longer a fight drags out. And then as the article then moves forward, it shows you where Godzilla gets his pink transformation from, which I would
Looking
not
at the
want to
two
spoil.
pictures that they posted, I can definitely see the inspiration and similarities between the two.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I guess I know what I'm watching tonight. Considering Japanese franchises, Nintendo is coming out with their live action Legend of Zelda film, cautiously optimistic for.
Okay.
I know that. I mean, look, everything that Miyamoto touches, cautiously optimistic for because he knows what he's doing. I don't think that they've released a casting yet, but it's gonna be Ryan Reynolds. No, it's well, okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda's that little green dude, right, with the hat, the sword.
That's him. That's Zelda, the little guy with the sword.
But no, it's cool because in an official statement by the Nintendo Corporation of Japan announced that it will develop a live action film of The Legend of Zelda. The film will be produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, the representative director and fellow of Nintendo, and Avi Arad, chairman of Arad Productions Incorporated, which has produced mega hit films. The film will be produced by Nintendo and Arad Productions Incorporated and directed by Wes Ball. The film will be co-financed by Nintendo and Sony Pictures Entertainment Incorporated, which more than 50% financed by Nintendo. So that way Nintendo gets the bigger say. The theatrical distribution of the film will be done worldwide by Sony Pictures Entertainment. That's actually really funny that Sony has a hand in the creation of this movie due to Sony and Nintendo's history.
Yeah, they've done a lot of stuff together, if I remember right.
Do you know that once upon a time, the PlayStation didn't exist or wasn't a concept until Nintendo broke off the agreement with.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that. That was what? No, not even 70s.
That was a million years ago, dude. Yeah, so with such a thing, it's really funny seeing how, because the whole point of their breakup was how Nintendo wanted more creative control with and more financial control over the production and the sale of the products. And then Sony was like, man, that's not really my thing. And then they pulled out. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Although I'm not really sure if it's something that people want. If it's not broken, there's no reason to stop it. Or however that phrase goes.
All we have is concept right now. So I can't even put up an early judgment because I don't know who the cast is. I don't know what the plot is. Just that it is happening and that's it.
Moving away from Nintendo and onto other productions that are also video game related. Have the Sims movie from.
You have some cast for that.
Yeah, from the Loki director and Margot Robbie's company to produce. So what did IGN say about this?
They said that Margot Robbie's in it. That's because. Give me 1 second. I gotta find the spot. The article is very short. I gotta tell you, they're just saying that it's happening and that Margot Robbie is in it because Margot Robbie owns, I think it's Lucky Chap. Yeah, Lucky Chap. That's her production company, and she's working on making the film and also I think starring in it. So it's a Margot Robbie film by Margot Robbie and her production company.
Yeah,
take that as you will.
Yeah, they also stated that their project will be directed by Kate Herron, who previously directed season 1 of Loki for Disney Plus and 4 episodes of Sex Education season 1 for Netflix. Herron will reportedly also co-write the screenplay. As Bob Trees mentioned, it is Margot Robbie's production company Lucky Chap that is running, which she runs alongside Tom Ackerley, Josie McNamara, and Sophia Kerr.
I have no idea who any of those people are.
Yeah, me neither. And it is in conjunction with Roy Lee, Miri of Vertigo Entertainment, as well as Electronic Arts itself, which owns the IP, of course.
I don't know how I feel about
do with
that.
this. With, like spit some.
Oh my god, dude! Your guess is as good. Have you ever played The Sims?
I've played it, but it's not like it's just
not a hardcore fan.
No, it's just people talking in gibberish. And
exactly.
Get to drag them all over the place and play God.
You just do whatever you want. So the plot could be quite literally anything. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a bit like the Barbie movie, probably. Funnies, maybe a overall theme grounded in reality. That's about the best I got because it's just The Sims is so open-ended by design. The plot line could be whatever they think of at any point in time.
Hopefully they cast Ryan Gosling just to keep it going because
get the duo going again.
I love Ryan Gosling. He's literally me. Yeah. And then but yeah, that's what's up. There's not much to say except for the fact that this exists alongside the Legend of Zelda movie. There's so much that could be, but there's nothing to really speculate.
This is a little bit more info, but that's not really saying much compared to the Legend of Zelda movie.
But something that we could say a lot more on is the fact that a Fallout TV series is happening.
About to come out. Or is it out already?
No clue. According to Digital Spy, they stated that it's going to be on Prime and it's gonna tell an original story.
Oh, it comes out in 5 days. We're on the cusp of it coming out, the 12th, which is this coming Friday.
Is there anything you look forward to in this show, or are you iffy about it? Are you scared?
I am gonna drop the hottest bomb. I have played Fallout 4 and I have played Fallout Shelter, and that is all I've played of the Fallout series. I know, it's wrong. I should play the other ones, but I haven't gotten around to it. I'm optimistic, but with how well loved the video game series is, I have a feeling that a lot of people are gonna hate this because they're like, it's not following the original plot, so it's not gonna be up to my standards.
Yeah, I I don't know, man. The way I see this show is the same way I see the Halo TV show. It's gonna be terrible. It's more open ended because Fallout series is where it consisted of you making your own character.
Mm.
But I think they're just gonna take all the concepts and try to do like a remix, and whatever continuity, like open continuity that does exist in the series of the video game series is probably gonna be like changed, and it's gonna be alternated or whatever word you want to use.
Would you rather them make an entirely new plot unrelated to the games, or would you rather them adapt a plot line from the games into a TV show?
I don't think it's possible to really adopt a plot line from the games. See, the only thing that I could see them do that I think would be badass would be
Mhm.
them doing a plot about the NCR and how that came to be. And because the NCR was originally two factions that turned into one. And I would have loved to see those together as, starring their own TV show, like Succession, or I don't know, some show.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. That's the New California Republic, right? With the bear with the two heads on the flag.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. See, I know my stuff.
Go. They could also make it a whole thing, since they, prior to the events of New Vegas, the dam was originally held by the Legion,
Mm.
and then the NCR took it over in like this very violent war that happened. And so they could do an entire show on that rather than, oh, I'm the Wanderer. Whereas you play like some random vault dweller. Because what are they going to do? It's going to be like it reminds me of The Walking Dead, where the show exists, but it has no real, since as The Walking Dead has gone on, they just exist and they're zombies and they got to live. And
That's that.
and are they gonna do the same shit with this game, with this movie, or a show? Oh my god, I'm tripping up like crazy.
I
I don't know.
think that you were right on point. I think it is going to be about like the founding, because it's like apparently the show's based on the 1950s LA and like people living in bunkers and stuff. So it looks like, according to Todd Howard, it's going to be about delving deeper into the past and developing characters further. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right on the money.
Yeah, maybe it'd be cool. They do some stuff for like Vault Tech.
Oh, I would love that. That would be cool.
See, that in itself could be its own show about how shady Vault Tech is.
Yeah. Like the what is that show called? Chernobyl, but about Vault Tech.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I would watch that. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, any final thoughts on this?
I'm gonna hold off my opinion until I actually get my hands on, because I'm so inexperienced with the IP. I feel like my opinion is not very useful.
After the Halo show, like all video game shows are like completely zero expectation.
Dead to you. Yeah. I'm God. You know what else is dead to me? Winnie the Pooh, baby.
Really, why is that?
Because I think that he's undead, right? Or something like that.
He probably is.
Poohverse monsters, where he's like a killer or a demon or something. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, so they have with Winnie the Pooh becoming a public domain, you have all these creatures now becoming, we know them as like these cute teddy bears. They're now becoming like, the studio's like, what if we make the monsters act cute? Because
Yeah.
that's what you do to everything that's cute. You just turn into something that wants to kill you.
Yeah.
So they have according to Collider, they have Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and its upcoming sequel later in the month, which I'm not sure about.
Apparently the second one is really good.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hang out.
To me, this stuff looks like Sharknado.
It is. Okay, sorry. It's good compared to the first one. The second one has much better reviews.
I assume the Shrek movies probably have one that does better.
Oh, 100%.
You have, let's see. So, with that being said, Collider then states that a massive crossover film will bring together the many public slasher villains featured throughout the Twisted Childhood universe, titled Pooniverse, which I think
Universe.
is such a bad name because you would that it seems like when you hear Pooniverse, I think of like Hot Tub Time Machine and like getting ready
Mhm.
with the idea of Pooniverse, if you get what I'm saying. And then instead, it's called Pooniverse. Monsters Assemble, like a whole play on Avengers or Heroes Assemble or what. This is due out in 2025, with the following the release of already announced standalone films such as Bambi the Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and Pinocchio Unstrung.
Nokia Unstrung is actually not a bad movie name.
Yeah, it's actually outstanding.
My theory is that horror movies are like the cheapest movies to make. So I'm guessing that they're just capitalizing on everything going public and making the cheapest movies possible just because people will watch them because it's an IP that people know.
Yeah, I think so. That's my biggest thing about horror movies, man. Is they're so cheap to make,
Mhm.
like cash grab sometimes. Some people might say that the VHS series is the same way, but that whole series is all about, I think, rather than being about horror movies, it's like seeing what new and upcoming directors can do. But
Mhm.
in this case, it's like a whole what like 2 hour, 1 hour long movie. Oh, the second one has a runtime of 100 minutes, so about an hour and a half, and it's it doesn't look like appealing to me. I'm definitely not the crowd, but it's something people are willing to take in.
It's not really up my alley either. I haven't seen any of them. Or I guess of the two have come out, I haven't seen either of them.
I guess if I were to look at any of them, be like and look forward to it, probably the Pinocchio one because it has a
Yeah,
cool name.
I'm with you there.
Otherwise, it's to me this franchise can come and go, and I don't think it'll change. It's no Doom 2.
No, nothing's Dune 2. Oh, the movie was so good.
It was good. And speaking of things that might seem unappealing as they unfold in movies, in a documentary, it's a lot worse, especially such as the one about Nickelodeon stars speaking out in that new documentary called Quiet on Set. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's the one.
What have you heard from this?
I just know it's really sad and depressing and unsurprising for me at least. There's a lot of child exploitation in the movie industry and the TV industry for sure.
Yeah, so it's a four-part docuseries from Investigation Discovery, which puts together a spotlight on the dark underbelly of Nickelodeon TV show sets that were led by ex-showrunner Dan Schneider. Rumors swirled for years about behind-the-scenes issues with the Nickelodeon hits, but the revelations made during the docuseries are even more shocking and disturbing than one could expect, according to IGN. And some of the shows highlighted in the docuseries were The Amanda Show, All That, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, Victorious, and Sam and Cat, among others, I think. So some of more prominent actors or I guess the actors that were mentioned in the docuseries were Drake Bell, which he himself has been in hot water for his own deeds, Josh Peck, Nancy Sullivan, Keenan Thompson, Alexa Nicholas, Matthew Underwood. Let's see who else. Devin Workser, Lindsay Shaw, Daniel Curtis Lee as well, and Ali DeMacco, Matt Bennett, or that one guy with glasses from Victorious with the puppets, Chris Massey, and Raquel Lee. I'm so sorry, Raquel Lee Balu. Oh, and Giovanni Samuels. So it's quite a list into the whole thing. So how do you like knowing that there was a lot of, I guess, sexual exploitation? Maybe that's the one word to wording.
Mhm.
What? How do you feel coming back around to like these iconic Nickelodeon shows?
I feel weird. Kind of wish I hadn't watched them, honestly. Hindsight and all that. It feels gross to have watched them and with all that stuff going on in the background, which I guess is good because all this stuff's coming to light. Good on the documentary for coming out.
One of the things I know offhanded was that there people were saying, and my friends were telling me that the guy, like the Jerry Trainer, maybe an iCarly, the guy with the,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, the
The
older brother,
producer or whatever. Yeah.
the older brother to iCar to Carly.
Oh yeah.
So he was always around, even on days where he didn't have to shoot, so that way he could look out for the child stars.
Really? Holy shit. What a good guy.
Yeah, it's cool. And it's also weird with like in hindsight as well, knowing that
Mm.
at one point iCarly had hosted this event where people were encouraged to send like feet pics.
My God, I heard about that.
Uh,
Oh my God.
it's a shame about how I think I just want to highlight that about the fact that when it comes to abuse, the cycle of abuse, it tends to be perpetuated onto others, and it's a shame that the level of abuse that Drake Bell came forward and spoke about was then put onto others. He never touched or did anybody. He sexted minors, and
I did hear about that.
so it's a shame. He handsome fellow, no homo, but it's a shame that to see that a lot of his future in industry being squandered due to his actions. And it's not cool. It's a shame because I definitely think it's not cool to do that to like young kids. They come in, with a life of their own to live, and then they get mistreated in such a disgusting way. I think more people should speak up and definitely report these mofos if the situation permits it. Just to wrap up the podcast on a lighter note, as much as it is bleak,
Dude, we're really digging into the gritty in this podcast. Holy shit, dude.
yeah, we're gonna go into the Oscars.
Shout out to my boy Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan,
Yeah,
Cillian Murphy. Let's go.
yeah. So moving away from works such as iCarly into works like Barbie and Oppenheimer with better reputations, hopefully now and later in the future. What are some takeaways from the Oscars that you saw coming and that were surprise hits?
I definitely saw Oppenheimer getting some awards. I didn't expect them to sweep like they did. They got what, 7, 8, something like that.
I think so. Let me see. It won Best Picture. Let's see, what else did it win?
Best supporting actor. Yeah.
Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, of course.
Yeah.
Best Original
Definitely
Score,
best cinematography.
Best Actor, Best Director. Yeah, it's
Something
crazy.
I was surprised about was that it wasn't nominated for best visual effects. I thought the visual effects in it were really good.
Yeah, it's crazy. I do think it's a good thing that it wasn't nominated because just like how we've talked extensively about Godzilla -1, which is not tied to the MonsterVerse Warner Brothers Pictures movies for King Kong, it won for best visual effects, which is really cool.
They should have. Yeah, I'm glad they did.
It's for the Oscars and for being around so long. It's crazy how the titular character known as Godzilla hasn't won anything with any of its other films. But yeah, something that I also noticed were how Poor Things was very nominated for a lot of other things, such as best makeup and hairstyling, best production design, best costume design, and let's see. Oh, and best actress.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think it's cool though. Emma Stone definitely did win it, and it was funny seeing both Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone back at the Oscars. Ryan Gosling still not getting the credit he deserves. It sucks because he is a genuinely good actor. I think he's got a lot of nominations before, man, but just want to. But surprisingly, I do know that Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is the first movie Christopher Nolan has ever won an Oscar for.
He got knighted for it.
He did. That's how good it was. Because I like the way you filmed that nuclear bomb so good.
Yep.
You're now Sir Christopher Nolan.
I also think that Margot Robbie should have been nominated for something, but it's a shame she wasn't.
Well, no, unfortunately not. But I think a lot of the winners and a lot of the awards that were given out were well deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
For example, best animated feature film, The Boy and the Heron, which I think is supposedly Studio Ghibli's final movie, or guy who wrote it, whose name is blanking in my head right now.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, Miyazaki, yeah.
Yeah. He made it and then he retired for a month and then he was like, come back, and now he's unretired, so he's gonna keep making movies.
There you go. He's back.
There it is.
Again, he's put me in, coach. I still got another one in me. I don't know. It's funny to hear him keep coming back from retirement over and over. It's like a wolf, what is it? A kid crying wolf for so long.
Huh.
So like the next time he releases another movie and then he's like retiring, everyone's gonna be like, no, you're not, old man. Unless he dies, because then it's like he's been forced into retirement.
Yeah. How old is he now? 83, I think. Yeah, 83.
Yeah, he's old as shit. And it was cool to see the song, the best original song. It was cool seeing What Was That Made For by Billie Eilish. That was sang by Billie Eilish. It was really cool. And not only that, but I'm Just Ken from the same movie was also nominated. So it had 2 nominations and for the same category, and it also won in that same category for once for What Was I Made For. It was really cool.
Mhm.
Glad. And then some other takeaways were how John Cena was like naked.
Yeah, that was wild.
I don't understand how that was possible.
I don't know.
I mean,
But it was
he worked for his body. You could definitely tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, more final thoughts to close out this episode.
Oh man. Looking forward to watching Fallout this week.
There you go. Alrighty, guys. With a lot of highs and a lot of lows this episode. Thank you once again for joining us, Bob Trees. It was great to have you on, and it's going to be awesome to have you as a third. What is your current host once Esther
host,
Cow
yeah.
comes back?
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I'm looking forward to it.
Of course, this has been Retro Loneliness or Nicholas. You can find my socials below. What about you, Bob Trees? So what are some things that you do or have?
I
You'd like to
stream.
shout out?
Follow me on Twitch, baby.
There you go. You can find his link tree below in the description as well. And I hope you guys are into this episode.